submitting the homework. Okay, so welcome everyone. Today is 13th of September, Saturday, and today we are gonna go ahead and discuss more about digital marketing. And this is Kartys Digital Academy's digital marketing with the AI, and we're gonna go ahead and start with our task of the day. All right, let me just share my screen. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see the screen? Okay. Okay. All the communication. For example, all this information. Okay. PAN card, Aadhaar card, all that. If you have not sent it yet, today is the last date. Okay. Please send it to the same email addresses which have been mentioned. Okay. To the same email addresses. Am I clear? Imyo, Ronki, Chumlatan. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now let's understand a few things about digital marketing. Now, digital marketing. So from Monday onwards, we will learn about important terms. Okay. So week one, we'll be focusing on core internet and web basics, the foundations. Okay. Clear, everyone? Who doesn't understand what is internet? Who doesn't know what is internet? Okay. If you have to define internet, how would you define internet? Let's go. Ronki, how would you define internet? It's okay. As I said earlier, there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. Just make sure that you give your best to explain. What is internet to you? Email, you can also start typing the answer. Okay. And no need to unmute. You can just type in the answer. Chumlathan, Nukshi, Kupti. Disha said worldwide network. Very good. Worldwide network. She has said worldwide network. Okay. So basically, it's World Wide Web. Correct? Perfect. So global network. Email saying global network. Very good. Okay. Chalo. Very good. Highway of information. Very good. Interconnection between computers. Nukshi is saying interconnection between computers. Very good. Global network. Global network. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Great. Okay. Everybody is correct. Okay. Each one of you are right. Now, however, we have to find out a structured way of answering that question. Okay. So let's understand what is internet. Okay. All right. So in interviews, okay, whenever you go for tech interviews, always remember, regardless of which position you're applying for, if you're applying for a teacher's position or a trainer's position or a IT administration position or digital marketing, any position in a tech role, you should expect this question. Okay, people randomly, hey, what is internet? Okay, not because they want to test whether you know it or not. It's just because they want to know whether you can understand the concept. Okay, there's no set definition. They are not looking for a definition. Fair enough. So you can say whatever you have said right now. You can also mention the same thing. However, if I were to answer this question, I will answer it in a different way altogether. Okay. So first, can you see the diagram that I made? Okay. What do you think these are? Can anybody tell me what do these small boxes, rectangle boxes, represent? Some of them are rectangle, some of them are square, some of them just perfect square, some of them are cubes. What is it? So what does it represent? Can anyone tell me? Any idea? Let me also make another huge one. Can anyone tell me what are these boxes? What do they represent? Anything? Devices. Disha is saying devices. Very good. Okay. Manga is saying users. Very nice. Yeah. Systems. Excellent. Email is saying systems. Web of connections. Fair enough. Very good. Ronki, what do you think? Kupti, what do you think? Chumlatan says web of connections. Great. Nukshi. All right. Interface. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Now, okay, I'm gonna write down internet on top. Okay. If you want, please make a diagram in your notepad also. Okay. So that you guys also get a fair idea. Okay. We're talking about internet. Okay. Now, basically, internet. How did internet start? Internet started as a trial, as a experiment. Okay, at a military services. Okay. So a lot of people have a lot of credit given to a lot of things because internet was never discovered at one go. It was a continuous iterative process. So US military was also doing some project on it. Swiss people were doing some project on it. European scientists were doing some project on it. So basically everybody was doing something to communicate between devices. Okay. All right. Now, slowly, what happened is they wanted to communicate. So these are all nodes. They are called nodes. Please write down NODES. Nodes. Okay. They are called nodes. Right. Now, these devices, all the devices. Okay. This can be a PC. Okay. This can be a mobile phone. This can be a tablet. This can be a TV. Okay. This can be Google Alexa. Alexa. Okay. Okay. Um, this can be a simple CPU, okay, desktop, okay, all right. These are very, and these can be IoT devices. This can be a refrigerator, okay. So these are all the various devices which are interconnected with each other, okay. So regardless of what they are called nodes. Now nodes are connected to whom? Nodes are connected to servers, okay. Can you see? Nodes are connected to servers, all right. These are servers. Now there are various types of servers, okay. But to have a simple understanding for you guys, just say server, okay. These can also be called as data centers, okay. We will learn about that later, okay. In important terms, you have data center. We'll explain everything there, okay. As of now, you just mention data center, okay. Right? Or you can say server in simple language. Just keep it very simple. Okay? You just call them servers. All right. Now, so when in the early stages, when they were doing a practical experiment, so what they did was they took one computer, okay, and then this is one computer. They took another computer in a different room or in the probably in the same room. They connected through wire, okay, because they wanted to share information between two computers. Then they said, okay, there's another computer. That can we add that also? Okay, they connected wire here also, okay. But then slowly they realized it becomes quite difficult without a proper data server, okay, in between the connection. So they added a server here, okay. So now instead of connecting to computers directly, everybody is connected to server, okay. Now they understood that. Then they got to know, okay, if we do that, this kind of architecture, then all the devices can run very smoothly all at once, They are not dependent on one computer. Even if this computer stops working, all the other computers are still connected. Okay, that's how they found out how internet. How that's how they found out the entire structure for the network. Okay, clear so far? Whatever we discussed, please give a thumbs up if it's clear. Whatever we have discussed so far. Okay. Now we'll get into little more depth into it. Okay. If you guys are raising hands, that means you have questions. If you have questions, please go ahead. Okay. All right. Okay. Great. So now so what they said. Okay. Then this setup works fine. What if we are in a very long, far away distances? Then how would we manage? Then they said, okay, we have to make the bigger server. Server size has to be a little bigger so that cables can be run through it, and then we can do it in multiple buildings. Okay, so they started with that experiment. So they then eventually made that little arrangement of cables and everything in one locality. Slowly, more iterative things happened. More technology was advanced, and slowly, cities got connected. Okay, towns got connected, cities got connected. Likewise, the entire world today is connected. Okay, all right. So when we will do the internet portion in important terms, I will tell you exactly how internet works and how internet is distributed. As of now, it is just a basic understanding of what is internet. So basically, now if I have to give you answer of what is internet, I will say internet is a huge network of all the devices which are connected to each other. Okay, through a web of network. Correct or not? Do you agree? Each and every computer, each and every device is interconnected. You agree or not? Okay. You'll say, no, no, sir, but my phone is Samsung phone. I'm using Airtel SIM. Somebody else is using iPhone. How is it connected? How are we connected? Regardless of which brand you have, regardless of what connection you have, you're still using internet, isn't it? 5G, 4G, 3G, 2G, whatever it is, whatever G it is, you're still using it, isn't it? Right? And you're using the same platforms to communicate, like Instagram, WhatsApp, blah blah blah, right? So that way you guys are already connected. Now we will get into the details of IoT service later. Okay. As of now, just understand that each and every connection, every device is connected. Whichever device is online, it is already connected to the global network. Okay. All right. Clear, everyone. This global network is called internet. Okay. Clear? Am I making sense? Obviously, I'll not be able to make the entire web diagram. However, this is just a fair diagram, a basic fair diagram of how it works. Okay, I hope you understand. Clear? Understood? Okay, so each and every device which has an active internet connection, and the moment your device is able to connect to a network, it can be any provider, it can be Airtel, Geo, or whatever, right? The moment it's connected, that means you are connected to the world. Yes or no? Right? Now, that entire system, the entire infrastructure, okay, where all the devices are connected together is called internet. Okay. Now, there are obviously it has become very advanced. Like for example, if this server crashes, okay, internet will crash. No, internet will still keep on going on because they have backups. Okay, they have multiple other servers. So how that architecture works, we will discuss later. But as of now, is everybody clear of what is internet? I hope you guys are also making a diagram like how I was making. If you have not, please quickly make a diagram which is visible on your screen. Can I get a thumbs up from everyone if you have understood what is internet? Perfect. Okay. Let me erase that. So now we have established what is internet and how internet is interconnected with each other. Okay, and then with the help of internet, a lot of things can be achieved. Okay, first of all, you can do communication, you can do file sharing, you can do a lot of things, right? Okay, let me just show this. Okay, so we have discussed about internet infrastructure. Okay, now let me ask you. Let's make it more interesting. Okay, because I'm going to repeat it again, but I'm going to give you a fair understanding. So now that we have discussed about what is internet, okay, can anyone tell me in your house, okay, I'm going to ask everyone. This question is for everyone, okay? In your house, how are you getting internet? Everybody, please answer the question. In your particular house, how are you getting internet currently, right now? Perfect. So everybody is saying Wi-Fi. Okay, right. Now that Wi-Fi, you understand, it can be from Geo, right? It can be from Airtel, it can be from BSNL, it can be from anywhere. It doesn't matter, isn't it? Yeah. As long as it's able to connect, it's able to give me Wi-Fi, that's fine. Correct? So everybody is getting from Geo Airtel. Now let me ask you this: from where are they getting it? So let's say this is Airtel tower. Okay, example. Where are they getting it? Where is Geo? Okay, let's say this is Geo tower. Okay, where is Geo getting internet from? Geo must be getting some from somewhere, now to give it to you guys, right? Kupti is saying satellites. Okay, Disha is saying ISP, but Geo itself is an ISP, right? Geo itself is an internet service provider. Correct. From where Geo is getting? Imyo, Ronki, Sumlatan. Where is Geo Airtel getting internet from? You are getting internet in your house through the Wi-Fi device. You're paying some monthly fees, and internet is working fine, no problem. Correct. But have you ever thought where are they getting it from? You may say no clue, fair enough, no problem. What about others? No idea. Perfect. Fiber optic cables, correct. But then today, so that means if I go to market and buy fiber optic cables, I'll start getting internet. No, right? I'm talking about the source. Okay, I'm not talking about the cables. Fiber optic cables is correct. They send fiber optic cables from the tower to your house. Okay, that's how you get high speed internet. But where are they getting internet from? Okay, so Geo must be getting. So let's answer this question. Okay, let's explore. So Geo, Airtel, and all the other ISPs in India, they must be getting it from someone. You agree or not? Yeah, correct. Give a thumbs up if you agree. Yeah. Okay. So that I'll make a tower a little bigger. Okay. So that to represent that they are also getting it from someone. Okay. Now, everybody, can you see the diagram? Okay. All right. Okay. So this is called BSNL. A lot of people don't know that. Okay. You know BSNL, the company that nobody cares about and nobody likes, right? Actually, this is the top G man, okay, of internet in India, okay, because it's a government of India, correct? So they call it spectrum. Please write down spectrum. 2G spectrum, 3G spectrum, 4G spectrum, 5G spectrum. Okay, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. Do we have 6G? Do we have 6G? In India, we don't have. Okay, but Japan has currently testing on 7G. Okay, Japan is always one step ahead, isn't it? Okay, but they are also testing it right now. Okay, so BSNL is giving the connections to all the other ISP providers. Okay, all the small ISP providers like Airtel, Jio, blah blah blah. Okay, they are giving it to them. Okay, through what? Through a license called Spectrum license. Okay, which license? Spectrum license. Okay, so they do bidding for it, and it's a different process altogether. You don't have to know all that. You just understand the tech part of it. Okay, so BSNL is a government of India company, right? Understood? Till now, you understood how you get internet. Okay, this is you. Okay, sorry, everyone, please look. This is you. You are very happy that internet is working. Okay, correct. Now, Jio and Airtel is also very happy because they are getting it from BSNL and their internet is working. Okay, clear everyone so far? Now let me ask you another question. Where is BSNL getting internet from? Did you understand the question? Everyone, where is BSNL getting internet from? Any idea? Anyone, any idea? If no, then it's okay. Just type no, I'll continue. Perfect. Okay, no problem. Right? So this this is stage number one, which you have received. Stage number two is what Geo and this one has received. Stage number three, where BSNL has received. Now, stage number four, BSNL gets the internet. Okay. So basically, not only BSNL, okay, government of India is getting it. Okay. So government of India is getting internet from the world network. Okay. Oops. Okay. We'll get into the details later. This is just an overview. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. So from the world network, government of India getting internet. So Pakistan is also getting a what? Internet from there. What do you think? Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar? Are they all getting from World Network? What do you think? Everyone? Everybody saying yes, yes, yes. Perfect. So everybody gets from World Network. Okay? That's the right answer. Okay? Okay. So let me now show you something very interesting. Okay? Now, have you ever noticed? So I said World Network, right? So in your house, there is a device, isn't it? Let's go back to stage number one. In your house, if you look at your internet device, correct, there is a black or a yellow color cable, correct? Yes or no? Correct? Yes, everyone? There is a cable that comes to your house and the device is connected to the device, correct? And that cable is connected to some hub and it's distributed to all the other neighbors, isn't it? So that means through a cable, optic cable, internet is coming to your house, correct? From the world network, how does the government of India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or Myanmar or Nepal, how are they getting it? Have you noticed? Have you ever thought about it? Okay, I'll show you how internet is distributed. Okay, can you all see my screen? Can everybody see the screen? Okay, so the entire world gets internet. Traditionally, was getting internet from now also. In fact, it's 90% still underwater. It's through underwater cables throughout the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Bay of Bengal, every ocean. They have put huge cables like this, and through these cables, government of all the different governments they get the internet. Can you see? Can you see? Yes or no? Surprising, isn't it? Now these cables have been laid out across the world. So obviously engineers have to go down and keep on repairing these cables because whales, sharks, all these they keep on damaging the cable. Okay, so they have no other option but to sit down and go down and fix it. Okay, see here, more than 95% of internet we use actually connected by underwater sea cables and not by satellite communication. All right, satellite communication is very difficult actually. Underwater cable is the most reliable cable. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. So this is how the network is. Can you all see this? The image. Yes or no? Okay. So if you go to your Google and type underwater internet cable and hit enter and see images, you will find the images. Say this is how these are the cables. They have been pulled up for the regular maintenance and again they will be dropped down. Okay. See, exploring Australia and India cooperation. So two countries. So who's paying for it? Then all those countries who are taking internet, okay, they have to pay for the maintenance to the world network. Does that make sense? Pretty interesting, isn't it? So, it. I think when I first learned this, okay, which was many years ago, my mind was blown, okay, because there were so many questions that I had. Okay, how they are doing it, how is possible, how. So, is your mind blown or not by this information? That there's a huge cable underwater, man, right? Yes or no, guys? Okay, great. So now what today we have learned is how internet works, okay, and how are we getting internet, okay. Now when you somebody asks you in the interview, hey, what is internet? Now you will have the thorough understanding of what internet is all about, isn't it? Yeah, yes or no? So now you are so well prepared that okay, great, this is great knowledge that I can, now you'll never forget. Okay, why you'll never forget? Because it's very interesting. Okay, so this is how the learning works. This is how learning happens, right? You have to pay attention to, you have to pay attention to the interesting part. Okay, and then if you ask questions, how, why, how it works, and this and blah blah blah, then you'll understand. Okay, this is how people are actually achieving. Okay, great. So now you know what is underwater cable. You know how internet works, right? What is internet? You know everything about it. Correct? Great. From Monday onwards, okay. If I'll show you the screen. 1 second, share. Please bear with me. So any questions? Any questions till whatever we have discussed till now? Any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask. Else you can just say no. Okay, perfect. Jonathan is saying no. Okay, great. So as you can see, every day we'll be learning something new. Okay, something mind blowing. All right, because we don't want to keep it very boring, and this is not a school or a college, right? We want to make it very exciting, isn't it? Okay, so that you learn faster. Okay, and then you learn better. Okay, great. So here, what we have understood is we have understood the internet infrastructure. Okay, obviously basic concepts. We will go through the basic concept of web concepts also, which we have already gone through basically. Okay, and website elements also we'll go through it in this week, starting from Monday. Okay, so in from Monday you will these are the terms that we will learn. Okay, clear? Clear, everyone? Now, if you see the terms, okay, don't get overwhelmed with the terms. Okay, these are pretty basic, and we will go through, and we will explain. I will explain you each and everything in details in a very fun way, so that you will always remember it. Okay, you don't have to memorize anything. Okay, cool. So, what's the difference between internet and intranet? Very good question. So you remember in the early days, I was telling you that they had one computer, two computers connected with, connected in a small room, right? And then they expanded to bigger rooms. Then they expanded to between buildings. Then they expanded to towns and cities, right? Intranet means a private small room internet. Okay, within a group or within a building is called intranet. Okay, internet is the global one. Okay, clear? Obviously, technically, there are so many. There's a huge difference. However, for basic understanding, you should understand internet is the global infrastructure. Intranet is within an organization, or within a group, or within a community, or within a building space. Okay, all right. Does that answer your question? Okay, great. Any other questions? Anyone? Perfect. Good question. Okay. So if you see the the sheet that I've shared, okay. Do underwater cave internet ever gets damaged? How do they repair it in water? Yeah, so correct. So as I was saying, right? sharks and whales, okay, in the deep sea water, right? Um, they always damage. It's not that sometimes they always damage it. Okay, so now they have to send engineers down in the water. Okay, understood? Every day in various locations. So I was showing you the image, right? And the image says the India and Australia cooperation, correct? Which means India and Australia together, they are paying for the maintenance of the cables which are coming from Australian subcontinent and Indian subcontinent. Okay. Obviously, if the cable is coming from Australia, it will also go to Singapore and Thailand and Myanmar, and then it will also connect to India. So everybody will come together and pitch in, and then they'll pay for the repairs and all. Okay. Does that make sense? Perfect. So it always gets damaged. However, that's the reason why people are thinking that it's better to put it on satellite, right? But the problem with satellite is there's a lot of space debris. Okay, in the movies and all, we think that oh, space is so beautiful, and it's actually not. Okay, if you just leave the stratosphere and if you go above, you'll find a lot of debris. Debris, you understand debris? Waste, trash material. Okay, small parts of broken ship, or small parts of asteroid, hitting asteroid, and smaller electronic components of a spacecraft or whatever. All those debris is full outside. So what happens? And then they are traveling at a very high speeds. Okay, what happens is if you put a satellite and one chunk of big metal or something hits it, it gets damaged, right? And it's very expensive to maintain that. It is much easier to go underwater and repair something rather than go to space and repair something, isn't it? So that's the reason why 95% of internet is still underwater. Okay. That okay. I hope that this is very clear now. Everyone, for everyone. Good question, Disha. Good question. Any other questions that you have? Anyone? All right. So if you look at the screen, okay. So the coming week we'll be talking about data center. We'll be talking about bots. What are chat bots? What are monitoring bots? What are game bots? What is satellite link? When I'll be talking about satellite link, I will again talk about internet, and I'll talk about uplink and downlink. Okay. What is World Wide Web, which we already discussed today in a very brief manner. We'll get into the depth of World Wide Web, okay, in the coming week. Okay. After that, we'll talk about search query. What is a short tail search, long tail search? What is search engine results page, SARP? Okay. We'll also talk about page loading speed. We'll talk about URL. We'll talk about file and domain extensions, the difference. We'll talk about different error messages on a website. We'll talk about broken URL. We'll talk about landing pages. We'll talk about naming convention of a file naming system. We'll talk about HTTPS, HTTP, and SSL. Okay. We'll talk about SHA encryption. We'll talk about carousels in web design, UI UX basics. We'll talk about HTML basics. Okay. We'll talk about browser. We'll talk about hyperlink. We'll talk about traffic. These are all the topics we will cover in week one. But don't worry at all. Okay. These fancy names, okay, these are just fancy names. If you understand the concept, it's very easy. Okay. So at Kartys Digital Academy, we'll make it very fun and very interesting for you. Right? Okay. Are you excited or not to learn so many things next week? Type in a big yes if you're excited. I'm excited to teach. Perfect. All right, great. So, if you so what just to quickly recap, we have done a review of the homework. We have also done the basics of World Wide Web. We have also understood how nodes work, how servers work. We have also understood how internet works, what is internet, and if in case somebody asks you in an interview question, you have now better clarity on what internet is and how it works. Correct? We also discuss about how we get internet, how you are getting internet in your house, and how India gets it, and how the world gets it, and through which cables, through underwater cables, what is the maintenance, everything we have discussed. Okay, so we'll continue our discussions and about the future topics from Monday onwards. Okay, I hope you guys have learned something from this class. If you have any questions, any doubts, please feel free to let me know, contact me, and I'll be more than happy to, or anyone in the team, and will be more than happy to help you out. Okay. Now, homework, the most interesting part. Please make sure that you're submitting your homework. Everybody who has not been able to do it, please finish it as soon as possible. Okay. What I request you is don't wait for tomorrow. If today's class is over, make sure you take out the time, finish the homework within 10-20 minutes. Homework can be done. You guys are using AI, right? Use ChatGPT, use Gemini, Perplexity, whatever AI tools that you want to use, doesn't matter. But also add your own flavors, add your own diagrams, so that you can be clear 100%. Okay, what are the concepts? Like how I always draw things and I always explain you. Correct. So what happens is that information is engraved in my head. Okay, so I don't have to memorize anything. Okay, in middle of the night also, if somebody wakes me up and asks me, I'll be able to explain the concepts. Why? Because I don't have to memorize anything, right? It's already, and I know the concepts. Similarly, you guys also have to practice that. Okay, so please submit your homework on the same day. Okay, don't keep it pending. All right, and today's homework is going to be the same topic: internet. What is internet? Describe internet. I'm going to write it down in the WhatsApp group directly. Okay. Okay. What is World Wide Web? What is internet? How it works? How we get internet in our homes? What is satellite? Mm, How internet and intranet works? World Wide Web. Okay. Okay. So you guys have to, I've sent the homework in your message, okay, and in your group as a message. I've sent it. Okay, this is your homework. Am I clear? Can everyone see the got? Did everyone get the homework? Please react to it. Okay, great. Now please make sure that you finish it. Go use AI, ChatGPT, whatever it is. But one question, it has to have explanation in one particular page. Okay, try to fill up the page with diagrams, with some explanation, with your own flavor. Okay, just don't simply copy paste AI work. That's not going to help anyone. Okay, and don't think that I wouldn't know. I would definitely know. Okay, all right. So add your flavors. Use AI for sure. Okay, but also add your own flavors to it. Add your own and understanding and diagrams and all that. Okay, and then submit it to all the email addresses which I have already mentioned. Okay, submit to these. Submit here. Okay. Also, please send your homework PDF format on this group along with email. Okay. The reason why I'm asking you guys to send the homework in the group also is because first you send the email, okay, and then send that PDF file in the group. Okay, don't worry. It's not that somebody will see the homework and then copy paste it. That's not going to happen. Okay, because I will see who has sent the email first. All right. So please email first, and then after email you have to send it in the group. All right, so that everybody else can know and also see how you have done it. Okay, and if there are any mistakes, everybody will learn from the mistake. Okay, clear, everyone? Can be sent through Google Docs link. You see, Google which group, sir? Are you not in this group? KDM DM group. In that group only. Can we send through Google Doc link? Uh, See, if you send the link, if others you have to give access and this and that. So even if you're making your homework there, it will take literally 1 second for you to click on file and export it as a PDF. No, isn't it? Does that answer the question? Yep. So only admins can send message in the group. Or is it? I will change that. Okay. I will change the setting. I'll ask if I don't have access. I don't know whether I have access or not because I didn't create it. So I'll check it. Okay, I'll get it done. Okay. All right. Any other questions? But first, make sure that you send an email and then think about updating it in the group. Okay. Perfect. Now, if there are no questions and if there are no doubts to clear, please send your homework at the earliest so that I can review it, and then I'll see you all tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry. I'll see you on Monday. Okay. Have a great weekend ahead and have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see you all on Monday. Okay. Bye bye. Good night.